Welcome back, my dark means, to the Dark Void, ruled by me, Now 51. And today we're back to another WTF news slash reaction. Today we are here to celebrate, at least partly, for the time being, that I almost said the name, I can't say, that the Red Plumber, if you don't know the Red Plumber, just to let you know I can't say the actual name because I have no idea if they copyrighted the actual name at this point. Yeah, the Red Plumber has finally got a patent rejected. And now they have to prove that it's their invention. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Red Plumber basically tried to patent, basically some monster summoning, auto battling thing. You know, I mean, seriously, what the heck? We all know it was an idiotic idea. Everyone knew, and thankfully they has basically the Japanese patent thing has rejected that, rejected it. So now they have to prove that it's actually their invention, which hopefully it does not go through. If they manage to, then they manage to pay someone off. Either way, this is a great day to celebrate, at least partly. So I decided, you know what? Let's go watch the legal mindset, see what the legality here, and whether or not this is basically a slam dunk or a potential, basically, the Red Plumber actually managing to get their patent thing. Alright, we're basically Pokemon patent, this is patent rejected. Big Power World win. Exactly. Power World's won. Power World, once again, being the tank to hold back the oncoming storm. Alright, take it away, Legal Mindset.
Pokémon has had their patent rejected by the Japanese Patent Office. This is a giant win for Power World and a huge step in their lawsuit between.
Exactly, it is a big thing, but I have to say this just to let you know, the patent is still available, unfortunately, in the United States, which is unfortunate, but this is a big win regardless, just to let you know. Yeah, there's two different patents. They managed to get one over here.
Nintendo, Pokemon Company, and Pal World, and their attempt to dominate Pokemon and Nintendo, their attempt to dominate the Pocket Monster genre. Of course, we're going to talk about that legal mindset, which you should be your own judge. I'm Andrew Esquire.
Trying to monopolize everything.
Version, the quick and dirty version of the latest in legal news. If you like this format, make sure you like the video and leave a comment below. So let's get right into it. Let's get my PP right here.
What?
Pokemon patent rejected. So let's talk about this. That's background.
Right,
obviously, Nintendo and the Pokemon Company International are engaged in a vicious lawfare campaign against Power World to
and they're still holding the line.
Pocket Monster
They're
genres.
still
they're
trying
to go after this entire genre, and they're trying to lock this down entirely. The lawsuit is for patent infringement,
they can't.
Not copyright.
Every other game
distinction.
Can't use it
oftentimes people go back to the character designs and go back to, okay, this character looks like this one. Well, that's not actually what this is for. What this is for patent infringement, which is for the actual mechanics that underlie the systems. So saying, hey, this system is similar, that's the problem, not necessarily the design or the art. Now,
because they know they can't
play
win
into
regularly
certain elements, and we'll get into that. But the case is currently in the Tokyo District Court. This is a Japanese case, although there are related U.S. patents, and obviously what happens in the U.S. is related to that. But the patents generally in Japan are reviewed by the Japanese Patent Office, the JPO,
which they actually do their job over there.
JPO.
Now, like over here in the States.
So the JPO recently, just now, rejected one of the Pokemon patents. We'll talk about that as lacking an inventive step, essentially saying, hey, this is not doing anything new. This is doing something that has been done before. And the Patent Office itself cited older games such as Ark, Monster Hunter 4, Craftopia, Kantai Collection, shout out there, and Pokemon Go itself. Literally, Pokemon
its own self
by Pokemon Go. That's how bad it is. That's how bad it is here.
Hilarious. The irony.
Isn't just copying Nintendo or Pokemon, but there's decades of established game mechanics that are underlying what's going on here. So this complicates the Pokemon situation greatly, as another patent was derived from this denied patent. This is what I've called
inspired. I guess
talked about in this channel as divisional patents. I talked about this previously in my coverage of Pokemon versus Power World, and this is a legal strategy. So I know it's complicated, and there's a lot of kanji here, but what you got to pay attention to is this is the one that was denied.
Right.
So this patent was denied. Why is that important? This is important because there's another patent that was divided off of the one that's denied.
What?
So now this one that was divided off is under scrutiny, right?
Oh,
so this patent has been denied.
Everything
This one's
after
gone.
that is going to be scrutinized.
So now this one definitely in trouble. And even this one, the parent patent, you got to go back and ask some questions. Wait a second.
They would have to investigate the other ones.
Legit? Because if this part of the patent is legit, then maybe a larger part of this is not legitimate as well. So there's a lot of questions this brings up as to the legitimacy of the other patents, right? Is it a silver bullet that takes out everything? No. Does it severely damage their legal strategy, and does it send Pokemon looking for excuses?
It just gives Power more ammo.
Yes, absolutely, it does. So this is a pocket pair W.
It gets more defensive in Power World.
Holding it back at all. And the interesting thing, and this is a very fun unknown factor, and perhaps we'll get confirmation one way or another at some point, but there was a mysterious third party. We do not know whether or not it was Power World, right? Whether it was Pocket Pair. We don't know. It probably was, but we don't know. They filed examples with the JPO, the Japanese Patent Office, of prior artwork. And the Japanese Patent Office let everyone know that it was the filing of this prior art which led to the rejection of the patent.
All right.
This is excellent. So this gives us a template for fighting Nintendo. So whenever Nintendo files these patents, well, it's going to be very hard now. Third parties can go to the Japanese Patent Office and give them proof. Say, hey, here's why you should not.
Yeah, because there's so many other things.
They're just have it. They're just absolutely so simple. Picking off the past. This is nothing new. And this definitely opens up the scrutiny of other Nintendo patents, not even just Pokemon, but just more broadly Nintendo. There's probably a lot of mechanics that they're trying to lock down
that nobody can do
in general, overall, that they really don't have any right to. And there's an extensive list of games that use the same mechanics, which Pokemon is trying to monopolize. We had Ark, Tomb Raider, Zelda, Titanfall, Rune Factory 5, and those are ones that were cited by Power World, that even Power World brings up. But Power World also argued that mods are also a good reason why.
It's a good, but but also here comes where
that should be considered.
Where Bag Power's going to say,
that's something that I think is very, very important, especially since Nintendo refuses to acknowledge mods as art, right? So they're saying, hey, mods.
I'm going to say this. That is when I heard that. Basically, the Red Plumber is literally saying that mods were not art, and it literally should not count. That literally such an idiotic thing. They are so desperate to win that they're literally going to deny the fact that mods are an art form or something, or like something. I think they said that basically mods cannot exist without a game, which is insanely idiotic and also insanely inaccurate, because there's actually a bunch of games that actually came from a game. Like, for example, Team Fortress 2 was basically from, I think, what was the game? What was the game? I forgot. My brain cannot remember. I just took a nap a little bit ago. And literally, that game had a mod of Team Fortress 2, and now Team Fortress 2 is its own game. Basically, that literally does not work here. Basically, say a game cannot exist without a game. A mod cannot exist without a game. Yeah, well, here it is. Team Fortress 2 just succeeded. So yeah, they are basically, the Red Plumber is so desperate to win that they're literally doing that. I mean, at that point, they need to start banning the mods off of their games, because there's actually mods happening in their territory. But as far as I know, they haven't touched them. But in the end, it's like they're not winning. They're seriously not winning. They're actually pretty much losing right now. They're going against the wall. They're going against the freaking tank, the iron wall of Power World right now. It is fantastic. Let's keep it up. Now, just to let you know, I do like the games. But unfortunately, I sworn off of them until they freaking fix their stuff. So, I do like it. It brought me into gaming. It's unfortunate I swore off with it. But, yeah, it's unfortunate. Continue on.
Actually, art. They're something that is that is really just derivative, and therefore we're not going to actually allow that. And if you're asking, am I updating my PowerPoint due to typos in mid recording? Yes, I am actually doing that.
He's got to make.
Okay, so there we go.
Sorry, an ad happened right there.
So yeah, Power World's arguing that mods like Pixelmon in Minecraft, Nukamon, Fallout 4 prior art, and Nintendo refuses to confirm that mods are art. Of course, the court is not going to care whether or not they confirm that or deny that.
But even still, it doesn't matter.
Nintendo can say whatever they want to say.
Plus, there's other games that already managed to survive.
The court is going to say this has been done before.
Yes.
And that's the lack of an inventive step. And that's where they got in trouble in the past, and that's where a lot of their other their other
Oh, here we go. Let's see.
can also have issues. In a conclusion, Japanese judges are going to defer strongly to the finding of the patent examiners. So the patent examiners
As long as the
are really the ones that are the technical experts or the specialists. So that's not good for Pokemon. The judges are not going to strongly go against the JPO unless there's a strong reason why they should go against the JPO. Pokemon has already modified one
or
of the
if they somehow get bought off.
That is extremely desperate. Imagine that. You're in the middle of a lawsuit.
Yes.
And the whole point of the lawsuit is the validity of the patents and patent infringement. But how is the judge supposed to decide what's been infringed upon if even you don't know what's being infringed upon?
I mean, like I said, they actually did change a part of their patents mid-lawsuit. Man, I don't know how it works over here. I said the name, so F it, I don't care right now. So if you see a skip, sorry, I skipped that part because, like I said, I'm not going to get hit upon by, the red plumber here. By the way, like I said, they literally basically changed their lawsuit mid-lawsuit. I mean, changed the patent mid-lawsuit. And seriously, I don't know how it works over in Japan, but I know, well, I'm not a lawyer, just to let you know, I'm not a lawyer at all. But in my brain, that means that is not legal. You can't just change something in the middle of a lawsuit and expect that to be okay. Because that, I think, is like an illegal thing. Now, I don't know anything about like lawsuits. I know nothing. I am not a lawyer at all. It's just in my head. That just feels like there is no way that should be legal, that you can change something in between a lawsuit. Because once you start changing it, it literally brings the entire evidence against you. Now, like I said, I don't know how it works in Japan, but over here, as far as I know, I think that makes your evidence it makes your lawsuit way more or worse, and it actually causes the lawsuit to basically cause you the lawsuit filer or something to cause more problems, because then you get in trouble, then they get in trouble, and they get more in trouble because they try to change it. It basically, I think, gets the case thrown out at that point, as far as I know. I don't know how it works. Like I said, I'm just a lawyer. That's just my brain telling me. Let's continue on.
Think about that. You're like, well, what is it that you're actually suing for? And you change the whole basis mid-suit. It just doesn't make much sense.
Yes.
So that's what's going on here. Now, Pokemon is also, and this is the rumor, the scuttlebutt, and I know the Pokemon people will be crawling out of the woodwork to comment on this one, but Pokemon is likely preparing a survival-style Power World
supposedly there have been leaks.
Spin-off, which
there's been leaks.
Why they're trying to monopolize the genre, because they're not creative, because they're not doing new stuff.
At that point, they might as well
knock off Power World and have the right to do that because they've kicked Power World out of the market. What they want to do is be a cheap Power World knockoff, right? And try to take over that side of the market by kicking out Power World, because Power World's already proved their concept.
But then at that point, they might as well get rid of every other game.
So now they're trying to come into that market. I don't think that's smart. I still think that the best conclusion is still an amicable, a friendly settlement between Nintendo,
just let it be, just
Pocket Pair,
just
and Pokemon,
let the Red Plumber have
Company International, particularly.
Just let there be a settlement.
I think that is all in the hands of Nintendo
Power World
Company. They're the ones that decide to settle this.
The Red Plumber should just have a settlement.
The way it should go. But let me know what you guys
let everyone do what they want.
Happen in the comments below, and I will catch you on the.
Okay then, and that's about it. All right, that's cool. That's cool. Seeing the side with legalese. Yeah, but still, I think that this should all be done by now. But you have to realize how long this take. My brain is still trying to get up, because like I said, I took like a 30-minute nap a bit ago, and I just woke up. Sorry about that. But you have to realize how much of a tank right now Power World is doing. They're holding the line. The fact of the matter that they're able to hold this long and should amaze you and should surprise anybody that thought that, oh yeah, the Red Plumber was mad, it's going to basically destroy Power World, it's going to take them down and defeat them. No, in the end, they're holding strong. They're holding the line. They're basically the Iron Wall holding the line. So that way, everyone else, right now, everyone's making their own version of basically a monster hunting game right now, and they're holding the line. So right now, basically, the Red Plumber is trying to do all his polish, wasting all his resources, trying to beat Power World right now. Which, I'm going to say this right now, the longer this keeps going on, the more likely they're going to run out of resources. Eventually, I'm going to say this, I don't know how long it's going to take, but eventually, if you start seeing the prices starting to hike up for any of their games, you got to start thinking in your head, is it because of Power World? Because they need extra money just to keep this up against Power World. I'm not saying what will happen, I'm just saying, just think about it. If the prices suddenly start hiking up with their games, alright? And any of the products, right? I'm just saying. But it's just amazing how Power is still holding the line. They're like Bullfree, they're like Bullfree from that anime. I don't want to get basically I don't want to get hurt, so I may put my health, so I maxed out my health. They're like basically Rogel Dorn from Warhammer against Porto Rabo, who's basically trying to siege the fortress. They're basically like any other tank that's basically stuck right there in the middle, holding the line, not letting anyone through, not letting the enemy through. They're basically like the 300, the fiction 300, where they held the line at Thermopylae. Now we know the truth that it wasn't 300. It was actually a lot more stuff happening there. But yeah, it's like the 300 holding the line at the Thermopylae right now. They're basically at the bottleneck. They're holding the freaking line. It is amazing. It's like I said, and like I said before, hilarious that I still find it hilarious that so many people in the beginning thought that Power was going to be done, and so many people made videos saying, oh yeah, Power was done, they're not going to survive, and made hilarious videos like Power was afraid, and they just kept basically letting it go, just changing it for them. No, Power is holding the line, staying strong. They are tank, and they're basically very smart. They're very smart. They're just letting it go little by little, just to keep the enemy at bay, just a little, so that way when they basically come in, so that way they're waiting war of attrition here. They're just holding the line. They're just letting go little bit by little, just to make sure that the Red players have to keep wasting resources trying to win. In reality, Power can just change everything and be done with it. But in reality, they're holding it. But no, they're going on strong. They're basically just changing little by little and basically winning this. It's only a matter of time before someone gives up. Before the Red Plumber gives up. In reality, they should just settle it. The Red Plumber should just settle it with Power and be done with it. And then go on their separate ways and just have healthy competition. But until then, we're basically, the Red Plumber is going to keep wasting resources. But either way, that's about it. Hope you enjoyed today's video. Let me know in the comments what you think about it. Do you think that Power has a chance to win this? Do you think the Red Plumber has finally reached the end and can no longer keep going? Or do you think there's a chance that basically the Red Plumber can basically prove that somehow this is their invention? Let me know in the comments down below. And what you think about Power. Do you think they're still the Iron Wall? Do you think they're still holding the line? Do you think that they'll keep on holding the line? And do you think they still have a chance? And has your mindset changed on Power World losing? Do you think they actually have a chance at winning? Me? I think Power still is able to hold the line. They're still able to, and I think Power will win this in the end. It's only a matter of time. Anyway, for right now, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Comment, subscribe down below to join my dark army. And you guys had no choice. Literally, at this point, you literally have no choice. If you had a choice, you're wrong. You never had a choice. You have to do what I say in the end of the video. I'm your dark ruler. You have to do what I say. Got it? Good? Good. Great. Now, also, like and share the video to help spread my influence. Glaze it everywhere. And to help my influence grow. Take that as you will. And also, don't forget to press the black bell button to be notified when my videos pop up. Because YouTube channel doesn't bother. I sometimes forget. Younger sibling goes play his game. And also, don't forget to press the red to make sure the... What else is left? To make sure that the restricted mode is off on your profile. If it's on, turn that off because it removes my videos from your feed. Alright, that's about it. And for right now, my dark tank minions dismissed.